Hey folks, what's going on? This is Shadow Stars bringing you another video. This is going to be part two of the video where I'm going to be watching through these two AMC YouTubers. One's called Donny George, other one is called ScavengerStonks. So the first guy is Donny George. For those who are in the AMC movement, I'm sure a lot of people know about this guy. He's filed lawsuits and against the SEC, I believe, alleging all this criminality and all this fraud and this market manipulation and yada yada yada. This guy it's extremely active on Twitter. Personally, I've seen so many of his tinfoil hat theories. It's absolutely insane. But he says he's a author, real estate investor, financial crimes investigator, an entrepreneur, U.S. Marine. Oh, but look, AMC GME APE support, and it puts his Cash App. Absolute grifter. Nonetheless, let's look at his his video. Wow, let's see. How many videos did he push out today? Wow, in the last 24 hours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Jesus. Different shirts, yeah, different settings. Looks like, yeah, he's pumping out that video machine. He's got to constantly push it out. Let's see some of the titles. SEC fines, JP Morgan and Citi, Tesla. This guy has stuff like this. Tesla is down 10%, but deliveries are up 18% over Q3. Are bad actors attacking Tesla? Does this guy understand the intricacies of Tesla? Does he understand why the stock went down? Yeah, deliveries are up quarter over quarter, but how did that align with Wall Street expectations? See, stuff that he never covers. SBF, Morgan Stanley block trade violations. What I want to do is cover his AMC stuff. So let's see. What was the real purpose of the 10-to-1 reverse stock split announcement to cause conflict among APE and AMC investors? Class action lawsuit against FTX to recover losses. I don't think it's a good idea. AMC MOAS. Let's see his most recent AMC video.
This is not financial advice. This is not legal advice for entertainment and education purposes only. Everything I say, my
blah blah blah
I
blah.
was talking to a
blah.
buddy of mine, and he said something that kind of resonated with me and kind of made sense. He said that the announcement of the reverse split, the 10-to-1 reverse split, was meant to create dissension between the apes.
Why would there be dissensions among the apes? If you read the announcement, if you look at the three proposals and you understand why he is doing it, it's pretty clear how you need to vote. Folks that don't read financial statements, they're going to be confused. Folks who misguidedly invested in the stock looking for the MOAS that occurred after 2021 and continued to hold through 2022 and into 2023, yeah, they're going to be confused because they didn't do their DD.
And I thought about it, and I'm thinking, there's a high probability that that was the real purpose of that announcement, because it wasn't given a date.
Did you read the agreement with Antara Capital, the forward purchasing agreement, the FPA with Antara Capital? I bet you a lot of these folks, all these apes, they don't read half the shit that's being filed.
It never said when this was going to happen. They never even scheduled a meeting for us to vote on it.
That right there tells me right off the bat, you don't know. So you know what? Let's pull up AMC. Let's pull up the agreement. Let's look at the filing. The forward purchase agreement. And look at it. Look at some of the conditions that it has. Oh, where'd it go? Oops. Meeting. You got the lockup. There we go. Shareholder meeting. Promptly after the closing date, the company shall call a special meeting to vote, and everyone knows about this, to increase the number of authorized shares to at least sufficient to permit the full conversion of then outstanding shares of preferred stock to common stock, or such higher number of authorized shares. Effect the 10-to-1 reverse stock split. Hold a special meeting within 90 calendar days of the date hereof, the special meeting date, provided that such time period shall be extended by 1 day for each day that the notice form is not filed after the date hereof. Do you folks read the frickin' filings? It doesn't look like you guys do. Look at the closing conditions. That actually brings me to a point of what the Ape Father, another clown, another AMC grifter, talks about. The closing conditions and determination. So, Ape Father is saying, "Oh no, none of this stuff should be voted on. We gotta go to Regal. We gotta make YouTube accounts and we gotta make videos and send them to AMC so that hey they terminate this agreement." Okay. Number 6, termination. This agreement may be terminated at any time prior to the closing. A, by mutual written consent of the company and the purchaser. Written consent of the company, AMC, and Antara Capital. It's not or, it's and. You need the written consent of both AMC and Antara Capital, the purchaser. Or automatically if the closing does not occur on or prior to 90 days from the date of this agreement. So from the aspect of the purchaser, Antara Capital, if you look at it, they purchased 60 million APE at 58 cents a share through the company's at the market program. They are required to hold those because of a purchaser lockup for 90 days after the date hereof, provided that such period shall be extended by 1 day, blah, 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 to the notice form. They got to hold it. And they're agreeing to not offer, sell, contract to sell, pledge, grant any option to purchase, make any short sale, etc. You got that lockup. They got those 60 million at 58 cents a share. APE is over $1, so they've made a great investment. We're waiting on the agreement to pass through the HSR Act, Hart-Scott-Rodino Antitrust Improvements Act of 1976, for the remaining APE, along with the exchange of their second lien notes due 2026 for another 91 million APE. For them, because right now AMC and APE has that large arbitrage opportunity, it makes sense for them to, hey, buy APE at a cheap price. And because this agreement calls for, where'd it go? Calls for a special meeting where, hey, you're going to convert the preferred stock into common stock, makes sense for them. Because they would get far more than 58 cents per share. They would make money on it. And remember, they're exchanging $100 million second lien note that they had. And if you look at what AMC's bonds are trading at, they're trading at 20 anywhere from actually as low as 15 to like 35% of their value. So they're taking a massive discount on this because it's trading for so little value, that debt. $100 million foregone for maybe, let's say, 35 million. 35 million plus the money that they've put in for buying 60 million APE. All in all, this agreement only makes sense for Antera if, hey, this all goes through. And when this goes through, they hold about 18%, because 60 mil from that they initially purchased, you got that 106.6 mil on that second tranche, and you got approximately 91 mil for that lien note exchange, 257.6 million shares of APE, which is 18%, approximately 18% of the total shares outstanding of AMC and APE. 18.17%. We talked about 110 mil that they've put in cash. Let's say another 35 mil for that 100 lien, the second lien note. For 145, how much money are they making? If it's $2 a share of APE. Look at all that net profit, 369 million. They already have a big chunk of shares that they said that, hey, they would vote in for the proposals that the board of directors pushed through. So it's highly unlikely that the vote doesn't go through, that they don't have enough yes votes. But even then, why would Antera choose to terminate this agreement? Makes no sense for them. This is a money-making opportunity. And you need to, for termination to occur, you need written consent, mutual written consent from both sides, company and the purchaser. So how's that going to occur? Only way is, hey, if the closing doesn't occur. This is not something that you complain to Adam Aaron, you complain to John Merriweather, investor relations, and say, oh, you got to stop this. Delusional. These folks are delusional. So I didn't even finish watching it. So did he say anything else?
A while now, what, 2 weeks? Is it 2 weeks, 3 weeks? And a date still has not been set. A date still has not been set for this 10-to-1 reverse split.
Yeah, reverse split, that date has not been set. Why? Read the frickin' agreement. You got the agreement did that. But guess what? You need to go through the waiting period of the HSR Act. Come on, man. Come the frickin' on.
But it's conversion vote. So why would they put it out there and then don't schedule it? They could have put it out there and said, we're going to vote. We're going to have an emergency meeting on, say, February 1st, for example. And then we're going to vote. But what they did, they put this reverse split out there. The solidarity.
You didn't read the agreement, so invalid right there. I've given this guy I've watched already enough of his video. It's absolute garbage. Guy has no clue what the hell he's talking about. Obviously, it doesn't seem to be going to the SEC Edgar website, but he has no problem constantly tagging the SEC, the DOJ, the FBI, the New York State Attorney General, AOC, CV Payne, social media or media companies, CNN, MSNBC. This guy is... I'd be pissed off if I had no clue about AMC, GME, any of the stocks. I'd just be pissed off alone as just a regular tax-paying U.S. citizen, because if the SEC, FBI, DOJ, if these folks, Attorney General's office, if they have to go through, look their social media, if they're tagged constantly and they have to spend someone's time, someone working in that department needs to be looking at reading these tweets, how much time is being wasted? How much tax dollars are we wasting on this? That's the crime. This guy is an absolute retard. All the time with this fake conspiracy theories, this tinfoil hats. He has absolutely no understanding of the markets. That's why his lawsuits all failed. Absolute joke. Oh, this is not my last AMC video. It really should be, because he has no clue what the hell he's talking about. Okay, that guy just... dumpster fire. And even then, I think that's giving him credit. But let's see what this guy is all about. I think I've watched a video on him before, but okay. Let's see. All views based on his style of investing in today's market. He's not an advisor. Don't follow my decisions blindly. Okay, he does a pre-market update for AMC. What does he say?
Guys, what is going on? It is Tuesday morning pre-market, still very early in the day, but today is the first day of the summer. Nobody knows what's going to happen, but it is early, and I did want to kind of point out some key events that happened over the weekend, just for you guys to start your day on some bullish news that I'm excited about, something that
Okay, bullish news. Let's see what the bullish news is all about.
I'm waiting for. First things first, Avatar, guys, has not been out, it hasn't been out long, okay, when you think about it in the grand scheme of things. It's already passed $1.4 billion globally, guys, so just
Okay, everyone keeps on pushing the global figure, and no one is addressing how many theaters does AMC have globally. AMC has under 1,000 movie theaters across the world, 500 plus in the US, and the rest scattered across what countries? Their international markets: United Kingdom, Germany, Spain, Italy, Ireland, Portugal, Sweden, Finland, Norway, Denmark, and Saudi Arabia. Do they have markets in theaters in China, Korea, Japan, Australia, India, Pakistan, etc.? Do they have them there? No, they don't. Context, important. It doesn't matter if they do amazing worldwide, internationally, if they don't have the theaters there for people to go to.
put it into perspective for you. Top Gun Maverick did 1.488 billion, so Avatar's already there. I expect Avatar to pull in a lot more revenue. Obviously, Q4 now is wrapped up, right? So whatever we did in Q4 is there, and we won't have those numbers until AMC's earnings. But Avatar's still going to kind of give us that boost we need for Q1 of 2023, which is going to be kind of cool in my opinion. It's going to definitely.
Okay, that's true. Avatar will continue to play through January, and AMC and the movie theaters, the industry as a whole, will get a boost because Avatar will continue to push through. Question becomes, how well does it hold through domestically? That's the biggest part, because AMC's revenue is more closely tied to domestic. I did the domestic breakdown. Look at it. We look at how much revenue that the box office grosses. 1.3 to 2.3 at peak on quarter 2, 1.9 there. Look at the admissions, how much admissions revenue they generated, and look at the ticket profits. We know that, hey, quarter 4 ended around that 1.77 mark, right? So 1.77 less than quarter 3 figures. So hey, your admissions revenue is going to be less than this, right? So probably in between they did 310 mil when it was 1.3 billion. So it's going to be above this number, but it's going to be less than this number because it was less than 1.9 billion. It was 1.7 something billion, 1.77. So your ticket profit will be between 172 and 205 million dollars. So look at what percentage of their revenue is from the total box office gross. Low 20%. Yes, AMC is the world's largest movie theater chain. Guess what? Their profits from box office tickets, based off the box office gross, around that 10 to 13% range. That is not your biggest money maker. Look at it. Your food and beverage profit. Yes, you bring in more revenue on your ticket sales versus your concessions. But look at your profits. Q1, pretty close. Your tickets and your concessions profit. Q2, your concessions profit is more than your ticket profit. Same thing for Q3. Your margins, your profit margins, 85%. Sure, it's not factoring all your other expenses, but this is just strictly food and beverage revenue versus food and beverage cost. You make far more money on your concessions because you overcharge the hell out of your popcorn, your soda, your candy, your other foods and stuff. You don't make money off the box office tickets as much. You need to maximize this line item, basically. You need more money through food and beverage. You need higher margins. Increase your margins, your profit margins.
Help. And obviously the perspective of Hollywood producing more movies is high. So we should be getting more movies in. Aside from a lot of exciting things happening in 2023 with, getting into the popcorn industry, the CEO of AMC has stated numerous times that we see the
Once again, popcorn industry, how much money is that going to generate? And also you say, oh, more movies are going to be generated and pushed out. Give context. What I did was, hey, I went to the earnings call. I looked at, hey, they're expecting. What are they expecting? Nationwide releases growing to 100 to 105, which would be 75 to 80% of pre-pandemic volume. Same thing. Look at what CNK was saying, what AMC is saying, 15 to 20% improvement, and perhaps even more. Lack of detail.
The popcorn industry coming in and within the first 2 quarters of 2023. So I'm really stoked about that, guys. I'm like really excited. That kind of gives us kind of a solid footprint for kind of more steady revenue over just movies, right? And then we're getting the credit cards and a lot of other things. But
credit cards, once again, are they going to be making money off their credit cards? How soon are they going to be making it? Are there any costs associated with it? Who's bankrolling all this?
This is kind of what we've been waiting for, right? Aside from movies, right? Not only that, we have a bullish perspective from the management team that Hollywood's going to be kind of pumping out more movies. So it's been talked about new.
And you can look at the releases that are coming out. Q1, look at the movies that are coming out. Not every single movie for all of 2023 do we know they're coming out. But hey, all the January releases, all the February releases, you'll know basically all of them. Similar story for March.
Numerous times that.
See, all these people, they pump you full of hopium. Where's their research? Where's their due diligence? Where's the specifics? They're very vague on details. They say, oh, you know what? Oh, we got catalyst A, B, C, D. Oh, they're going to do really well. But hey, they provide no context of how much money that's going to generate, how much revenue that generates, what the profit margin is, how that's going to impact the financials, how it impacts the cash burn rate. None of it. None of these folks ever discuss any of these important figures. And they got no problem pushing video after video after video. Absolute shame.
We're down the amount of movies being produced that we were seeing in 2019 compared to now. We're going to be looking really good. And obviously, being the CEO of a movie theater, Adam Aaron talks to these movie producers and stuff, and it's looking very good for 2023. So it doesn't mean that the squeeze is going to...
Very good for 2023. Okay, put a number to it. Adam Aaron did. He's saying that, hey, they're expecting to be released. The box office will grow between 15 and 25%. CNK said, hey, you know what? 75 to 80% of pre-pandemic volume. Were you profitable in pre-pandemic era? 2018, 2019 for AMC. Let's see. 2018, net earnings of 110 million basically, in the green, in the black. 2019, you were minus 149 million in the red. And 2019 2018 had one of the best grossing years, right? Domestic box office. 2019 2018, 11.8, almost 11.9 billion, 11.36 billion. greater than 2017, greater than 2009 when Avatar came out. Sure, we could factor in some inflation stuff, but hey, between 2019 and 2018, see, no context, no research.
To take all the way till the end of 2023 to occur. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what people actually think. But a lot of good things are coming, guys. I'm really excited for a lot of these things that are about to occur. Cost to borrow, we talk about it a lot. I don't really trust the exact numbers because remember, it's self-reported data, and we only get like 85% of the overall market that actually report to that. So,
Okay, so it looks like he trusts Ortex's figures, but he isn't. He's a little bit better than other folks, but nonetheless, can you trust Ortex's figures? Why don't you grab data and grade data from a lot of the different brokers? If you're in the U.S., hey, tons of different brokers: Schwab, Vanguard, TD, which is based into Schwab, Robinhood, Webull. Was it what? Moo? Everyone keeps on pushing that Moo, etc. What are their rates? What's their availability of shares available? They're all so complacent of, you know what? Okay, Ortex, yeah, I'm gonna pay so and so subscription fee to get this information. Do they question the data? Do they dig into the data? No.
can kind of give us an indicator of where things are heading, but I don't take the number for granted. But cost to borrow, guys, at a record high right now, 138% average cost to borrow. So that's astronomically high. Obviously, the ones that are loaning out AMC shares, no idea where they're getting them from. But at the end of the day, the data is showing us that it's obviously getting more and more risky to lend out these shares. So you're paying almost 50% more than the actual shares cost just to borrow them. So it's kind of crazy when you think about it in that perspective. And remember, that's just the average. So I'm seeing numbers as high as 300%. It's really insane stuff that's taking place. So and remember that cost to borrow. If it costs a lot of money to borrow AMC shares, it's putting a lot more pressure on the short side. So
how's it putting more pressure on the short side? The stock went from $70 down to $4. Cost to borrow. How is that calculated? What's that percentage? That percentage you speak of, 100 to 300%. Based on what timeline, time frame? A day, a month, a week, a year? That's important to know. Do you ever cover that? Do you know that?
Like I said, this is historic highs, but higher than even when we ran up in June of 2021. So pretty crazy stuff. I'm really excited. I think that the ones lending these shares kind of know what potentially is coming. So another thing real quick that I want to touch on, we're going to make this video a little bit shorter, but obviously I'm not going to name the YouTuber, but we've seen kind of some FUD spread around, some allegations kind of aiming at some of the executive members in AMC over the weekend, how they could have ties to, Aaron's talked about it numerous times, that they had no connection with that. And
okay, so looks like he hasn't bought the whole Al from Boston garbage of Philip Ladder and his daughter something Ladder, and then more SBF links and fake coins and whatever. It's just the desperation, the tinfoil hats. Everyone is like, it just becomes more wild, like every single time, every day. It's just one theory doesn't pan out and a new one replaces it. More wild than another one. You went from, T plus 2, T plus 35, it was T plus 90. Oh, you got phase 1 through whatever, phase 6. Oh, now it's grandfathered in contracts. New theory after new theory. More goalpost moving all the time. When are these people ever going to acknowledge, yeah, I was wrong. I didn't understand the rules. I didn't understand the regulations. I didn't understand the implications. When are these folks ever going to admit?
it's easy to get, and I think it's important to kind of have an open mind, just because, the dots seem to connect doesn't mean that that's a fact, right? So I don't personally think AMC has any connection anymore anytime soon. And then he said, I ride with you. Super bullish, guys. Like, that's...
Oh, hold on.
He told us, guys, I know a lot of the FUD and chills like to spread around the Adam Aaron selling shares, blah, blah, blah. He tweeted out, my stock sales ended a year ago. I will not sell anymore anytime soon. And then he said, I ride with you.
Yeah, I covered this in my previous video because look at it. Can he sell those shares? He only has basically 800,000 shares of AMC, 800,000 of APE. If he is supposed to hold 8 times his base salary, he needs to hold 2.4 million shares. He'll have under 3 million of APE and AMC when they all vest. But right now, he's at 1.6 combined of AMC and APE. Does he have enough? No. That's why he can't sell, even if he wanted to. It's just empty words, empty promises, in my opinion.
Super bullish, guys. This is a pretty bullish statement, and just looking at it, it goes to show me that
Bullish statement. And once again, I covered two of their executives, Elizabeth Frank and Sean Goodman. Look at all their share purchases. Look at all that money that they made. Adam Aaron also, if I recall the figures correctly, he made north of 30 to 40 mil, if I recall correctly. He made a lot. And look at all, remember, don't forget the shares that he gave to his sons.
that Adam Aaron's going to be, you have a lot of people out there saying, oh, Adam Aaron's going to retire soon. This kind of puts that narrative to the side too. So excited about that. I know people think that I'm pro Adam Aaron, but remember, I always proceed with caution. But
Adam Aaron's going to retire soon. Hey, that's why I kept on saying, oh, the got to do his estate planning. He kept on talking about that. And, oh, look at those sales, the rule 10b5-1. They're stuck in this echo chamber.
I think that it's cool that he comes out and kind of like settles everybody down after a weekend of FUD, right? It's okay to be, it's okay to have your own perspective on things, right? And form an opinion on some of the information that 2023, the first 2 quarters of 2023 are going to be like boom, boom, boom. Like a lot of really great things are coming. I don't even think you guys understand how excited I am for it. Everybody that says fundamentally AMC just isn't there. That's going to change. Okay. So, and then we might start getting that, once institutions see that.
That's going to change. I wish I could have a call with you, whether it's Twitter Space, what Discord call, Telegram call, whatever, YouTube Live, whatever. I want to cover. Let's go through the financials. Because I don't think you've really looked at it. I don't think you've seen, hey, look at their performance before the pandemic. How are they doing now? What's their cash burn looking like? What's their debt payments looking like? How much in assets do they have? Their liabilities. Also, we can look at, hey, how many shares? Oops, sorry, got a phone call coming. Let me mute that. How many shares? How much have they diluted the stock? How many theaters do they have? I mean, and so forth. There's so many different data points that never covered that you don't know or don't think that's important when you should, because that will impact your thought, your mindset. I say this a lot to a lot of these apes and these AMC bag holders, basically. I call them bag holders because a lot of them are down massively. You have a tiny piece of the puzzle. You got, let's say, a massive 100-piece puzzle. You got one little piece. You made your decision on that one little piece. You have an opportunity to gather 10 more pieces of the puzzle. Will you make a better decision, a better informed decision, if you have 11 pieces of the puzzle out of 100? Or if you only have one piece of the puzzle? What gives you a better chance of making a better informed decision? One where you have more information or one with less information? Maybe the same 1 piece or 11 piece will lead you to the same conclusion. But nonetheless, you have more evidence now. You can have more conviction in your play because, hey, look at this supporting evidence. Look at these facts. Look at these statistics. But so many of these apes, they're stuck in their echo chambers. They refuse to accept new information. I keep on hearing, oh, the DD is done. There's no more DD to do. Everything is done. We just got to buy and hodl. Buy and hodl. Diamond hands. Absolutely ridiculous. And I'll continue to laugh at these folks. Because you know what? You guys trade based on tinfoil hat theories, on your emotions, and based on your lack of knowledge of the stock market. Now, I don't claim to know everything about the stock market. But guess what? I can read basic financial statements. I can see, hey, if a company is burning hundreds of millions of dollars every quarter, they're not cash flow positive. They have a mountain load of debt, and they're constantly diluting their stock. I can see what the signs are. When I see that, hey, you have more liabilities than assets, a change from before when you had more assets than liabilities back in 2018. But hey, you do you, and I'll do me. But you gotta call these grifters out. Folks that have no clue what the hell they're talking about. And I'm gonna end that video here. Looks like, wow, 2 really long videos for today, but it is what it is. As I keep on saying, it's easy for these folks to push out their videos, keep them short, because, hey, they provide nothing. Yeah, they give you hopium, but hey, where's their evidence? Where's their source? Where's their logic explaining why they think that'll occur? They don't do that. All fluff. No real meat. These folks are jokes. They're just grifting. So once again, thank you folks who made it to the end of the video. I hope you liked my content. If you liked it, please hit the like button. Got any questions, stuff that you'd like to comment on, things you think I should cover, things I can improve on, please let me know down in the comments. I'd like for you to subscribe and share this information with folks you think would find it interesting, folks that need it. I don't monetize my stuff. My whole purpose is, hey, I'm going to be calling out folks that are misleading, misinforming retail investors and making money off of them. Those people need to be called out. Those are the folks that the SEC should be going after. All these people speaking about crime and stock manipulation, these folks, Donahue, George, Ape Father, all these folks, they're the folks that are doing stock manipulation. They're providing you with misinformation, telling you lies, filling you up with hopium. And they're the ones creating those massive bags. They should be telling the truth. And if they're wrong, they should be coming out and saying, hey, you know what? I was wrong. This is what it should be. They should be quick on that. All those affiliate links, all those sponsors, etc., selling on the merch, absolutely disgusting. Grifters, frauds, all of them. But hope you guys enjoyed. Until the next video, folks, Shadow Stars out. Peace.